Yeah, did you watch Wicked?
Heck yeah, I watched. He watched it and he loved it.
I go, I'm her. I'm her. Well, even I talk about so many things. Like when I booked Flamin Hot and we got to sit down and talk to each other, and she's got a bunch of great stories. And there was one thing she told me. She goes, we don't have to do this. Like, we get to do this.
Mm-hmm. All right, my friends, welcome back to another episode of After We Wrap. Hey. I'm your host, Gabriella Ortiz. And today we have our guest host.
Me.
Jesse Garcia, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Hey. What's up?
Oh, you know.
How are you?
Good.
We just want to let you all know that we just woke up. So if we...
Kind of. I mean...
we sound tired and delirious is because I think my coffee hasn't kicked in. Do you drink coffee?
No, I drink... Well, I don't... I like coffee, but I don't drink it because it fucks with my throat. But I'll do matcha. It's too acidic. Yeah. I'll do matcha, or I'll do like an energy drink of some sort.
Matcha's good. I just learned how to make my own matcha. Very proud of myself when I do it.
Water and...
Yeah. But don't you have to like do some like...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to film it and...
if you want to be fancy. No, I'm not that fancy.
Yeah.
But I do love me a matcha. So we've been trying to get you to come to our podcast for a while now.
I'm a bit elusive. I'm a bit elusive.
And like, I know, Jana's no longer with us, but she's here in spirit. Regardless, thank you so much for making the time
pleasure.
to be here. Well, I mean, I'm just going to get right to it. Our podcast, the whole basis of it is to get to know actors and what they do after a long day on set or on stage. So what is the one thing that as soon as, you're wrapped, what do you do to decompress?
I guess it kind of depends. A lot of times it's playing kind of more mellow music, right? I'll play classical on the way home or something, or I'll do something like that, or a soundtrack of some sort. Usually by that, I try to get my workout in during, before I go to work. So like if I have a 6 a.m. call time, I'm up at 4, get my 45 minutes in before I go. And
that's a little psychotic though.
No, I wake up. I like to be awake when I go to set.
Yeah, but like a 4:30 in the morning workout.
That's when
I have never done that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the fact that if I'm in the gym at 8 a.m., I'm like, this is a miracle.
No, I like to be up. I like to be up and awake and not trying to have a caffeine boost before I get to my first scene. I like to be ready to go.
I bet.
And then sometimes, especially if I'm a lead or the lead or something like that, it sets the tone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesse's awake.
I'm sure that'll happen to me one day eventually.
100%.
But hold on, can you work out on set? Like if you requested?
I have. Well, no, I mean, I haven't. I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? I'm not requesting, but I have worked out at lunch. I've gotten in a workout at lunch, or if I have 4 hours to not do anything. It depends too. Like Flamin Hot, I had wigs and prosthetic mustache and like facial hair that I couldn't mess with during the day, so I had to get it in before I go to work. I couldn't be sweating, and everyone would be pissed at me. Yeah, everybody. But also like that movie, I didn't have any breaks. I was in.
Which one did you have to wear prosthetics?
He said Flamin Hot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did Flamin Hot. The Mother. I had like this neck prosthetic on, like my face was all messed up, and
you got beat up.
From Dusk Till Dawn, I had prosthetics on all the time. I always had blood on me, and from Dusk Till Dawn, there was a lot of times I would work out at lunch, or I'd find a time during the day. Or I'd run to set. Because we were in Austin. Some of the time I would run. Okay. I'd run my ass to set and run home at night.
Wow.
Or get a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know you've been working nonstop. You've been working for a really long time, and I admire your career so much. But how did you get into the entertainment industry? Like, what was the spark?
Social media and Instagram doesn't tell the truth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people be posting about projects or little things here and there, and it makes you see, and especially on my page that I don't post a lot, it makes it seem like I'm busy. But I am busy. I'm busy working on my own projects, and I have things here and there. But the last 2 years, I've only done two projects. Like since Flamin Hot came out, I've only done 2 projects. With the strike, and then the hard reset of the industry. I haven't been that busy. You know what I mean? I've been busy with my own stuff. I'll go to some events, or I'll go out of town for certain things. We went to DC to go talk to Dr. Biden about like politics and issues and stuff like that. So it was a handful of us, actors and influencers, and we sat down and had a conversation with her and some of the staff. So I'll do some stuff like that. But
okay. Yeah.
So I'm busy with other things other than acting. How did I get into it? So in college, a friend of mine, I'll give you the long story since we're on a podcast.
Yeah. We have all the time.
A friend of mine in college, we saw each other on campus one day. I'm 21 years old, right? She's 19, so we're kids. Mm-hmm. We start talking about what we wanted to do with our lives and this and this and that. And she said she wanted to be an actor or model. And I go, oh, that'd be fun. That sounds like fun. It's like, but for me, it's like, I'm from Wyoming, right? There's no.
I'm sorry, that's so random. I should have asked, where were you? What was so random?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm from Wyoming. I grew up in Wyoming. And I go, so that's not even on the radar. Our programming in the middle America generally is like, get the best training you can for a high paying, blue collar job. Cause that's what we're programmed to do. And I was never kind of like of that mindset, but I was still trying to figure out what I needed to do to make, survive and make some decent money. But arts was never in that circle.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm going to go to Chicago to go to this like a model search thing. In a few weeks or something, whatever it was. And she's 5'10", beautiful. Uh-huh. And I go, cool, let me know how it goes. And like, it's just a conversation. A few weeks later, I see her on campus again, and she goes, I went to that thing. And I go, oh, dope, how'd it go? And she goes, I met this guy named Judson Vaughn from Atlanta, and he invited me down to go take these acting scene study classes with him. And I go, oh, wow. Sick, congrats, that's awesome. And she goes, you know what, you should come with me. And I go, no, I'm okay. And for me, I was thinking, it's like, one, I don't really know you. Right? Yeah. And two, I don't know you. 3, I have a full ride cheerleading scholarship. Fun fact.
What?
Okay. To university.
We'll go back to that.
To the University of Nebraska, which is a big school. The cheerleading with the grants and scholarships and all the other things that I have no idea how I got, basically paid for school.
That's awesome.
I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Like have good luck and have fun. I think it's awesome. And toward the end of the school year, I hit her up. I go, tell me more about this dude. Like, tell me more about these classes. I'm like, I'm kind of thinking about it. And she goes, well, his name's Judson. He's been an actor and he's a producer and he's a director and he's been doing things in Atlanta. And he goes, he wants to talk to you. I've actually told him about you. And he later told me from a producer's perspective, it's like Latino kid, young, funny, blah, 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 blah. He goes, it checks a box, right? And they didn't have very many at the time in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Atlanta's market back then was not what it is now.
Right.
So I had a conversation with him, and over a 45-minute phone call, I decided I'm going to drop everything in Nebraska, move to Atlanta. I dropped my scholarship. I dropped my life. I dropped $200, $250 rent, and in 2000, dropped everything. Immediately, as soon as the phone call was over, I packed up everything that wasn't a necessity, right? Mm-hmm. Shit that I've accumulated throughout the school year, like TV, VCR, mountain bike, like stuff that I had accumulated. Drove back to Wyoming that night, just 8 hours. Get to my parents' house at 3 a.m. I didn't tell them I was coming. Knock on the door. They're like, "What the fuck?" And they go, "What's going on?" I was like, "No, it's the end of the school year. I just came back for a second." And now they're like, "Okay," but they say they know I do spontaneous. I'm a weirdo. And I start bringing in stuff, and they're looking at me weird. It's like, why is your truck full of shit? And like, what, mountain bike, TV, VCR, like what? Because I wanted to get it out of the truck so nobody would steal it. And we talked for a little bit, and they were, this is way back in the day when they
at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Like this is some Mexican shit. My parents were still together at that time. So they were talking about moving to Colorado for work or something like that. I'm like, well, speaking of moving, I'm going to move to Atlanta in a week. And they go, really? Why? And I go, well, I think I'm going to try acting. And they go, oh, okay. Well, if you need any help, let us know. And I go, that's a little suspect. Like, well, what do you guys, I don't get it. I don't understand. Because my mom freaked out that I moved 3.5 hours away to my first junior college. And this is across the country.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for a week, drove back to Nebraska, picked up this girl named Jennifer Drossick, and drove straight through to Atlanta. It was like 17 hours or something from Lincoln, Nebraska to Atlanta.
Oh my God.
And get there at an obscene hour, and ended up, somehow we had access, I guess, to the theater, and her and I slept on the floor in the theater the first night we got there. So we did for the acting classes. So
do you remember what studio? Is it still there?
Oh, it was called What Films. This doesn't exist anymore.
Oh no, yeah.
So we slept it was on Northridge Drive.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? So we slept on the floor of this theater. Like we found blankets or something, and just kind of like for props.
Oh my God. I mean?
So the first night we slept on the floor in the theater, and he came the next morning. He's like, hey, come to the house. So we stayed at his house for a few weeks. And I it was more Memorial Day weekend 2000, because I remember going to a Memorial Day party that one of the actors was having, just like people getting together. Yeah. That weekend, and I started acting classes that week, like 2 classes a week, summer of 2000.
Oh my God.
And was like, all right, cool. It's my personality is if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all the way. Like there's no half stepping in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. So. And
then ever since it's just been.
Well, I did classes for about 2 years there before that school shut down. But like 4 months in, some of my classmates were working on this movie, and somebody dropped out, and my classmates were like, "This is a new guy in town. Like he's green, but he's pretty funny. Like you should have him read for this part." Mm-hmm. And I went and I cold read this scene in the driveway of the set that they were at, the house that they were shooting at, and it was my first stereotypical role. Mexican leaf blower. Sure. Mm-hmm. That's my name. It was Mexican leaf blower. And they go, just like, can you do it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but with a leaf blower in the driveway? I'm like, ah. And they go, cool. Can you be here 7:30 tomorrow morning? So I booked my first audition. But my first time on set was the couple days before, or the week before, where I was a background on a movie called Boycott. Was with Jeffrey Wright and
Terrence
Howard, yeah. Terrence Howard.
Wow.
So it was those two in the movie, and somehow Jennifer got the director to come. She had a way, so she got the director to come to the classes and talk to us a little bit, and I was in background. I go, I'll do background. I'll be cool to see. But for me, like when I get on set, like right away, and it's kind of how I am. I see how I go. Oh, okay, there's a camera there, there's a light there. I see what those guys are doing there. Okay, I get it. I understand the mathematics of everything, and I still work that way. I understand. Like I see mathematics when I'm working. I see the most efficient way to do something and make it interesting.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, when I got to set on this little movie called The Delivery Boy Chronicles, I was able to go, oh, okay, I know what you guys are doing, and my kind of understanding what the camera's doing. And little by little, I started figuring it out. So I booked I was on set once before I booked my first audition.
That's insane.
The trip.
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I honestly was hoping you were like, I don't know, I just did a play in high school and I fell in love with it. This is like completely the opposite.
Which I think is why, it wasn't, for me, I've always said that the acting is my career. It's not my life. There's, and a lot of people make it their life.
Yeah.
So it becomes this.
Dude, that's it. Being able to get to that place is such a difficult place for some people. I struggle with it. I struggle.
Yeah.
Was there a point in your life that you realized, okay, this is my career, this is not my life?
Or did you always treat it that way?
I kind of feel like I always treated it that way, because I didn't grow up wanting to, having this desire to I didn't put on plays in the living room. I didn't wasn't always trying to get in front of the camera. I was a ham, I was like a kid. I was just wanted attention like anybody else. But I actually, because I got picked on a lot when I was a kid, and I would always find a way to blend into the background. And I still find myself doing that. Even when I start getting attention, I was like, let me go sit over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it never, like even now, and it's like I found more peace even now, like when it's really slow over the last couple of years, that I go, no, it's going to be okay. It's not going how I had hoped, or I'm not getting the opportunities that I had hoped or kind of expected, or I was hoping to expect a little bit because of certain successes, but I'm going, it's going to be fine.
Oh,
it's going to be fine. And luckily, it's like I've saved a little bit of money and I have some investments.
Yeah.
So I'm okay in that aspect and I'm not panicking, but I found a way to kind of be at peace with, the last 5 years or so. It's like, it's been super weird time in the industry, and the mental health aspect of it has been important.
And sometimes I think, like, when we're devoting all of ourselves and our time to what we do, to our art, we forget about reality. And then when we come back, it's just kind of like shocking. It's like, oh wait, there's a whole life outside the entertainment business. So I have been able to keep that balance of like reality, and then, okay, here's the art that we do. But speaking, you were saying that you always feel you have to go in the background. You don't like being the, center of attention. How are you dealing, when you're going on red carpet events, when you're going into press and, promoting your next film?
I don't always love doing the press. I understand that it's an important part of it. And I kind of take a page out of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's book and Will Smith's book, and where they go, if you want to be successful, you have to do this shit, and you have to be good at it, and you have to be willing to go. Kevin Smith did it too, like they, or Kevin Hart, I'm sorry, where they go, you have to be willing to go around the world to make your project successful. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be willing, no matter how tired you are, no matter how many times you're getting asked the same question. And I don't necessarily struggle with it. And I've caught myself a few times. I think one of Annie's aunts or somebody asked her one day, she goes, "Does Jesse like doing this?" And she goes, "What, the press?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I don't know. It's not his favorite. He'll do it and he's good at it." But he goes, "Yeah, I saw this one interview and I could tell." I'm like,
damn.
That'll live in your head, man.
And I know which one it was. And I remember being grumpy that day and not wanting to do it. And I go, okay, I can't. That's not. I have to be able to put on a face no matter how tired I am.
Yeah.
Because and at the same time, like even I and Annie were having this conversation. So it doesn't matter how tired you are. Is like, we're here. We asked for this.
Yeah.
We asked for this opportunity. We wanted this, right? Like we have to be nice. Yeah. We have to be good people. And I'm sharp with my answers sometimes, and I stand up for myself, and I'll rephrase things to make it so either they're like, I don't look like an asshole, or the project still looks good, and I know there's where the controversy or whatever it is, and know how to soundbite things so that it doesn't, like, I'm not going to get in trouble someday. Because you have to think about that.
Oh yeah.
You have to be able to edit.
I mean, even here.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like, don't put that there.
You have to be able to edit in your head for like future
She's
things.
Saying so many controversial things every episode.
I'm not.
Every episode. I found peace with that too. Like I've learned to have some fun with it, and you have to make it interesting. And the part of it is like, for a fan, other actors, other just general fans, they love seeing that stuff. They love seeing kind of the fun, you having fun when you're doing an interview.
Yeah.
There'll be times where Annie and I, or especially Eva and I are trouble together. Like, we are trouble.
I love that.
So there'll be interviews where we're messing around, and Annie's trying to tell a question and she's being so serious about it, and we're leaning into each other. That's bullshit. Didn't really happen. And we're all three on camera. We're like, and she's fucking kicking us, going, "Dude, fuck, leave me alone." Because her and I are trouble. So we make it fun.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Blending into the background.
Yeah.
Is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more like how do you handle, the anxiety, I guess.
I don't really have anxiety about it.
That's
Not
good.
really. Because I'm not that famous. You know what I mean? I'm not white people famous.
I don't.
Because there's a difference between me being able to go walk down the street in Pasadena and everyone goes, oh shit, that's Jesse Garcia, and the difference between me walking, in one of the Latino neighborhoods and they go, oh shit, that's Jesse Garcia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Has that happened yet in any Latino neighborhood here in LA?
Oh man, it happened a few times. I remember shooting a movie 2006 or 2007 or something like that, and I was being silly on the street. We were shooting this movie, and I gave someone a high five on the way by, and they grabbed my hand. They go, "Oh my god, you're Jesse Garcia!" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's not the reaction I was looking for. I was just like trying to be silly on the street." And I go, "Yeah." I've had a couple people freak out, but I was also like 17 years younger, and
you liked it.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Oh man, that's fun. So I mean, you like I said, you've been working nonstop, and you've been working with legends like Eva, Jennifer Lopez, etc. What is the best piece of advice that you've received from either women or any other collaborators? If they've given you any advice.
Well, Eva and I talk about so many things. Like we've known each other of each other and met each other a handful of times for different events forever. 2006, 2007,
Wow.
right? That's when I started getting invited to things when Quinceañera came out. When I booked Flamin Hot and we got to sit down and talk to each other, we're like, oh, me too. We start talking about, oh, yeah, me too. We start talking about like regression therapy and past lives and aliens and conspiracies and like.
Oh, dude, you and I could do a whole podcast.
Let's go, man.
Stuff.
Let's go.
Next time.
And throughout the process, we talk about, life and the business and this and that. And she's got a bunch of great stories. And there was one thing she told me, she goes, we don't have to do this. Like, we don't have to do anything. Like, we don't have to go to work. Like, we get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there's so many talented people in front of the camera, behind the camera that are dying to have any little bit. And I'll tell you a story a little bit later about that too. We get to do this. Like, we get to go do press.
Yeah. We
get to go to work. We get to sit in the chair and have for 2 hours and have hair and makeup and wigs and people tugging on you and like Flamin Hot. Like I had the wigs, like several. I was always wearing a wig, then the mustache or this or clothes. And the camera guys would laugh at me because they would see me just stand there as like a mannequin, waiting for everyone to be ready, and everyone's futzing with the hair and the mustache and touching me here and touching me there. And they would go, dude, you're so funny because you just stand there like a mannequin and watch five.
But it's what's easiest.
Like, just like don't help anybody. Just stay there. But it's like you're being touched and prodded and poked and moving your pants and fixing the cuff on so you looks good on your boots and all these things that you go like, I get to do this. I'm not. There'll be times like I don't feel like I'm being touched right now. Just give me a second, right? Just give me a second. And then, everyone's, okay, cool. Like, or someone like sneaks up behind me, like wants to touch my leg and scares me. Just gotta tell me.
Yeah.
Just gotta tell me because I'm in a different zone right now. And I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about the mathematics of all this stuff and how I'm, want to try something or incorporate notes. And it's funny.
Man,
you get to do this.
I know. I'm listening to you and like, I can't wait to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But I also hope that that doesn't sound like pompous of me. But it's just like I'm excited to when I get there and get to experience that and then be able to tell my side, like my experience. But you've spoken about wanting to create more opportunities for other Latino actors. What is the one lesson that you've learned in Hollywood that you'd pass on to the next generation of storytellers?
The thing I wish I would have done earlier on is produce and direct my own material.
But
so
you can do that.
I am doing it. I'm still doing
it.
But right when I started, and I always had the director mindset when I very first started, when I first got on set, but I didn't feel like it was my place yet, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of learning as I making mistakes, for me, like classes Why do you think the purpose of going to an acting class or directing or writing, or what do you think the purpose is?
Well, to work on your muscle and grow.
Okay.
Learn, feed from each other's energy, collaboration. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something here.
I have what's my specific thing, but
she just regressed back to high school.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened?
So for me, yes, and that's classes are where you go to make as many mistakes as you can. Bigger the mistake, the better, right?
Yeah.
Like you go to class to take a risk because on this version of a character, it might be fucking total shit. It might be overacting, but there might be a nugget, right? You go, oh, that's the nugget. If I can find that and kind of nurture that and make that grow into something, right? So I think the mistake that a lot of people have when they go to classes, don't matter what kind of class it is where they go to be great.
Right.
The byproduct of making mistakes is you find the great things and you nurture those things, right? So like when you get to a play, like when you get to a set, when like I had a small part in the very first Avengers, I had very specific dialogue, like technical jargon, like 30 degrees and right, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what it is now, but I was like, I studied it so hard so that I would know what it is and kind of could still make it interesting and keep the urgency and the risk that was involved in the scene at a great level. They come back and we go, we changed it. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay. And it's, it's a $150 million movie. And like, and you can see, I was in a helicarrier in the studio in New Mexico. I'm like, you can see money dripping off the walls because it was just so cool, And then Robert Downey Jr. is over there and Scarlett Johansson and everybody's on set. And then my scene was with Sam Jackson. And I went up on a line, like I mumbled one of my lines, and he's like, "What'd you say, motherfucker?" And I go, and we just reset. And on those big movies, it was like a big crane coming in, like swooping around, getting my dialogue coming back to him. It costs a lot of money. Every take's a lot of money. Yeah. And if I know that, but if I hadn't trained, been okay with making mistakes, you can implode, and it can get worse and worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? So. For me, it's like that's where I go when whether I'm coaching or I'm like in rehearsal or something like that. It's like, let's make as many mistakes as possible.
Right. Yeah.
What was your question?
If there's any advice or the one thing, a lesson that you've learned in Hollywood that you want to pass on to the next.
Yeah, no, it's like writing and directing. Mostly it's just kind of figuring it out, finding that small collective because there's always somebody else that wants to do the same thing you do.
Well, I think also there is a lot of value in learning at least a little bit of wearing those different hats. I personally, I don't care for directing, or writing. I'm not a good writer. I've done I direct children, children's play. I did some theater directing in Atlanta, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, I want to be a director. However, I did appreciate the process because now, I kind of understand what a director goes through. So I think it's very important that we all do a little bit of everything, so we can respect.
Yeah,
because we're on set and they all have their responsibilities.
I think the same. I think it's the vice versa of that. It's like people, like writers, directors, producers, should all take acting classes.
Yeah,
because if they, we'll be labeled as like divas or like taking too much time for certain things, or wanting the trailer of our own, or at least like a double banger or something like that. It's like someplace to rest or someplace to be able to rehearse my lines and kind of do some certain things, or because there's a process to it, right? Yeah. It's not just showing up and saying your lines. There's like figuring it out how this ties to this, and we're like worrying about like all these other things. That, some actors do, some actors don't, but there's a whole process to it.
What is the longest you've been on set?
Like how many hours a day?
How many hours in one day?
Man, I did this little indie, and I could swear we were like 27 hours or something.
That's illegal.
Yeah, bro. It was illegal, and the movie never came out, which I still want to get the rights for it. We had one, like we were running out of time and ran out of money, and like we couldn't come back the next day because the studio was unavailable, and I don't even remember where we shot it at, but we rallied, and I think it was like a 27-hour day or something like that. Like by the time it was stupid.
That's psychotic.
I'm like, no, I mean, it was kind of volunteering, like all right, we're kind of gracing you.
Yeah.
Like we're not going into like septuple or overtime.
I think I would have walked away. I'd be like, I'm done.
I think one of the actresses kind of wrote herself out of the movie.
That's a lot. Well, the only reason I'm asking is because if I wanted to introduce you to a product that I love, so whenever you have a long day on set and you're feeling like you're losing your energy, you're about to go to sleep, I want you to take this home. It's called Magic Mind.
Or take it right now.
Or take it right now.
I got so much caffeine in me right now. I know this has got matcha in it, right?
It does have matcha in it, but it really does help, with a sharper mind, lower your stress, and have that calm energy. I use it whenever I have a long day,
Ready?
And it's let's do it.
A little sipper.
Cheers.
Uy. Salud. I'm about to get paid.
Salud.
About to get paid.
Magic Mind. For our listeners, get 20% off using the link in the description below. Let me know how you feel in about 10 minutes.
Oh my God, I'm ready to feel right now.
But I do love it. I'm obsessed with this. Okay, so let's switch gears now. Unless there's anything else you want to tell us about your career and your experience, anything? No? Okay.
This is your show.
No, you're my guest co-host, so it's your show too. Right now, It's your show too. All right, so it's Christmas time. You're not super into Christmas. I'm the opposite, as you can tell. So we're not buying gifts. You don't buy gifts.
I don't really buy gifts. I'll do like a white elephant, or if like we're doing a Secret Santa, like a Elfster type of thing where you come and everyone, it's a lottery, right? Like I would pick one, like I'd get one of you through the lottery, and I'd buy. There's like $100, $50 limit, and
oh damn!
And so like
you had some fancy white elephants.
Wait a second, ours is like $15,
right? So like there would be like a list of things, like on like a wish list.
Yeah.
And I've been to those, and I've gotten. There's some fun gifts. But I'll do something like that. But I don't. I think Christmas is a little commercialized.
For sure, 100%.
The consumerism and is extremely. People don't lose their goddamn minds. You know what I mean? Like they've outspend their, to what they actually have, and and then having to buy. People say I have to buy gifts. I forgot to buy gifts. I have to buy gifts.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I know.
No, you don't. If I buy gifts when I see something, I'm like, oh, Gaby might like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna get her this, and or Shane might like this. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
He likes this thing. Like I'll get him that on a random Tuesday in June.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. I like spending time with my friends, and going for the holiday and having a big party, and the excuse of like everyone's off. It's great, but also like the origin of a lot of these holidays, and Christmas included, is not, is rooted in some dark shit.
Are we going there?
I'm sure you know.
We going there?
I'm sure you know.
Yes.
And also, fun fact, and part of it is I grew up Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't celebrate holidays growing up, so it was never really a special thing to me.
Gotcha.
And then I started kind of like knowing what, realizing, pulling back the veil on like some of like the mental health and consumerism, and like Jesus wasn't born on the 25th, and I'm gonna get mad. Some people are gonna be mad at me. Some people are gonna be mad, but it's true. There's just a lot behind it. I can get behind kind of like the festive nature, and everyone's kind of supposedly happy, but
right. I mean, yes, I completely understand your point of view. I do appreciate that the real gifts is spending time with your people versus buying stuff, which is, it says a lot more than just buying a gift,
I think there's an aspect of Christmas too that, like, if you have kids, and if you, as a kid, your parents made Christmas a special thing, you want to relive it through your kids. But there's also an aspect I think people don't talk about often, that if you don't have kids, you're kind of seeking the nostalgia of Christmas constantly. Mm-hmm. And I know for me, it's like there's I love Christmas, but there's also a depressing part to it, because I miss my relatives from when I was younger and the memories that I had when I was younger. So there is this undeniable aspect of like chasing some feeling, that doesn't exist anymore or doesn't exist yet. I don't know, but I do love Christmas still.
No, I love Christmas. It's my favorite. But I think as we're getting older, married now, there's the whole aspect of like we have to spend time with the family. Like honestly, all I want to do, no joke.
Multiple families. Because, I have my Tampa, Puerto Rico, and then his side. I'm not going to lie. I just kind of want to stay here and quiet.
Yeah.
Like we have to travel.
Well, the holidays are the best time to be in LA. Like this.
We've never done Christmas in LA other than pandemic.
Well, we did that Christmas, but Thanksgiving Thanksgiving is really nice out here.
So quiet in LA. The streets are open.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
So do you have any memorable holiday moments when you're with your friends?
I mean, just a lot of food. Like I'll bring something. I'll bring some sort of healthy version of something. Like I made.
Do you cook?
I cook every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah. I made this. God, one year, I looked at my friend's kitchen. I brought spaghetti squash, and I'm like, "What do you have in your kitchen?" Like I started looking around, and I grabbed a couple ingredients, and I did this and did that, and I blended it into this spaghetti squash puree, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like you just made this shit from like random things in the thing?" I'm like, "Is it good?" And they go, "It's the best thing here."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's our dish?
Oh, I'll bring you one next time.
That's awesome. So you cook every day?
Yeah. I mean, mostly for me, it's just simple. It's like a meat dish and
gotcha.
Mostly meat.
Wow, I didn't think you'd be a chef.
I wouldn't call me a chef, but I like to cook.
What's your favorite
I
thing
need to learn
cook?
how to do more sauces and kind of like things like that.
I just learned how to make pesto sauce, and I'm very proud of myself. Although I did it yesterday, and it was not good.
No?
Because I was rushing it. I was like...
What'd you do? Basil, pine nuts?
So no basil. Well, this one is arugula pesto sauce, and it's just the arugula, the little tomatoes, salt. I forgot the salt and pepper, olive oil, walnuts, and garlic. And then just...
No parm? Did you say parm?
The parm as well. But in my case would be vegan parm. Unless I get like real authentic Italian parmesan.
You do cashews. You can do...
Cashews, yeah. They're good. My mom's a great chef too. She was here for Thanksgiving, and she made lentil soup. She made rice and beans. She just spoiled me for the whole week that she was here. Okay, question. If you could star in any holiday classic, which one would it be and why?
Which one? I mean, there's different genres, right? Elf, of course.
Can you imagine a Latino version of Elf?
Yeah, I could.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I could. National Lampoons.
You love that movie.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's the Nothing Like the Holiday? No, it's what's the one with Rachel McAdams? Family Stone. Family Stone. It's a good drama.
That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
I haven't seen it in a long time either. It's a good drama.
Maybe I should watch it tonight.
Let's see what else. What else is a good one? Die Hard. Right?
Die Hard is good, and it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. What about you?
I love The Holiday.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I do that too.
It's I don't know. It just warms my heart. It's like the perfect. To me, is the beginning of Christmas. Like I'll just, we watched it December 1st, I think it was. And I was just like, okay, it's Christmas time. And I have my little coquito. And I was just like, okay, it just gets me into the Christmas spirit. Jingle All the Way has been, no, I'm sorry. What's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The one, Jingle All the Way? Yeah. Have you seen that one?
How did you say his last name?
No, I'm...
Come on, let's hear it again. Come on.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's great. Let's do it one more time.
No, I'm not going to.
For the record.
Arnold Squash.
Squash. Yeah.
That's how you say it.
Don't call me out like that, babe.
No, that's how you say it. Yeah, that's how you say it.
That's how you say it. What else? But I was telling Shane last week, I always like to watch musicals for some reason. after Thanksgiving, the whole after we've cooked and everything and we're drunk, I just for some reason I like to put on a classic musical, West Side Story, Sound of Music. I don't know, it's just like a me thing. Do you like musicals?
Yeah, did you watch Wicked?
Heck yeah, I watched. He watched it and he loved it.
So good,
incredible,
so
incredible.
Good, amazing.
And I probably made just like this mental choice before that. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to like it. Then I started hearing a lot of friends whose opinion I really value. They're like, it's good.
It's good.
And it's good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I really liked it.
Dude, I was
I'm going to watch it again.
I was all teary-eyed in the very first scene.
Yeah.
It's a powerful movie. It's
man.
And visually just stunning.
Yeah. Yeah, like I go, I'm her. I'm her. I'm so misunderstood. I'm her.
I'm Elphaba.
I am Elphaba.
I am Elfie.
Are you Elfie?
Yeah.
What are you, babe? Are you a Glinda or Elfie? I feel like you're a little bit of a Glinda.
I'm a little bit of both sometimes.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
You can't be both.
Yeah.
I think for Glinda,
I gotta think about it.
Think about it. I'm very
I'm
curious.
definitely Elphaba. Like I was like right away. I'm like she's misunderstood.
Same.
Like, but it's also like it's funny in that movie. Neither one of them are the villain.
No.
You
think it's Glinda for a quick second.
It's not, but you look at it and you go, oh, it's the
it's like the system,
the system,
yeah,
the corrupt system, like how they turn people against each other. Like, oh, message.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, have you seen the stage show also or no?
I haven't seen.
Well, it's at the Pantages now.
Yeah, is it here now?
Really?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Wow.
Do you want to go?
I mean, I would see it.
Yeah. I can't remember if I've seen it or not. I'm gonna be a mess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's not a musical theater person, but you would see it?
I've gone to Hamilton.
Well, Hamilton is different. Like Hamilton is.
I've seen a lot of musicals. I'm just
thanks to me.
I don't seek them. I don't seek them.
I know. Okay, so I mean, we've talked about this. The holidays can be stressful, but you are the opposite. You just stay quiet, hang out with your friends, and keep it real.
I don't find them stressful.
Yeah.
I can still I have a friend of mine, and she goes, "You're such a Grinch." Such a Grinch. Like I go, have you ever lit a pine tree on fire? Have you ever lit a pine tree?
No. From the South, dude.
Yeah. They explode.
They go up real quick. That's why real trees are such a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Because any little spark, especially the trees, a little bit dry, they literally explode. Like, they're I don't. It's the sap and then the needles and all that. We lit one. Like I dated this girl a long time ago. I have a yard in Texas, right? And we put it in a little fire pit, and we go, watch this, and we lit it. And that's why pine trees in the forest, like it's hard to get them under control because even if they're green, they'll light.
Yeah, we used to put real Christmas trees, but then I gave up one year. And now it's fake.
A lot of maintenance. It's like
a lot of maintenance, yeah. And then the dirt that it just leaves, the trail of dirt and the leaves. Yeah, too much. Yeah. Wait, so you have a home in Texas?
Yeah, I split my time between here and Austin.
Nice, good for you. Which one do you like better, LA or
Texas? They're different. I'm like there. I have my house that I've remodeled both my houses, and I did a lot of the work myself. And if I didn't do the work, I designed it. So they're kind of like my two little art pieces in Austin, and now I go, okay, when I build something bigger, I tear those down and build something. I at least know how. Like no one can bullshit me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Huh. Like I know how. I taught myself how to weld. I taught myself how to tile. I taught myself cement work. My buddy taught me a lot of the carpentry, but I kind of took it from there and built a lot of stuff on my own. But I went back over the summer and I built my butcher block countertops from scratch for the kitchen. So
damn, what handy. Can't you do?
I'm Mexican as fuck.
Yeah. So what can't you do? Is there something that you can't do?
I work on cars. I'm taking dance lessons. I'm taking hip hop lessons.
Well, actually, yeah, I was gonna ask that because you had a cheerleading scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleading. You had a cheerleading scholarship. Sorry, sometimes my
English. Squashinager.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, what's up with that?
So in high school, senior year football, the coaches took us, the team, and the cheerleaders, the cheerleading squad for high school from senior year, to watch a University of Wyoming football game. And we got there early and we saw the cheerleaders warming up. And I was watching them and they did a stunt called chair, where the girl sits on your hand, right? And I go like, I could do that. And the cheerleading coaches and the high school cheerleading coach was sitting next to me. She goes, you know, they get scholarships for that. I'm like, get out of here. She goes, yeah, they get decent scholarships. And I go, maybe I should quit football and wrestling and join cheerleading. I never did, but I would tease her throughout the year. And there was a wrestling tournament in Torrington, Wyoming, and she had invited the junior college coach to come meet me at this meet. And I go, I would love to talk to you. I'm concentrating on a match, which I probably lost. But I would love to talk about it. So I ended up going to the school, tried out. It was like an hour and a half or whatever. Never done it in my life. But I was able to get some of these stunts, and I was, strong. And I was caught on to a lot of the stunts quickly. She goes, yeah, well, if you want a scholarship, you just come. And I go, yeah, cool.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Why not? It'd be fun.
Scholarship, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the only school I looked at. And I went.
Wow.
So I stayed there 2 years at Eastern Wyoming College, and then I went to Nebraska.
Gotcha. Okay. And now, is it easier to now do hip hop and what else did you say?
No, see, I'm not that's one of the things I was never a dancer. I never trained in that kind of stuff. I always wanted to dance. I would dance at high school dances or whatever, and someone would teach me a couple of things, but and it's an insecurity of mine, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So going and learn, and I still stay in the back, and I don't like to be on people's. I don't film myself, and I don't like to be in people's videos. But it's a different way of like the step, doing these things. I'm like having to train my body and my brain to work at the same time. And it was frustrating. And I go, this is supposed to be fun.
Yes.
Like nobody's paying me to be here.
That's true.
I'm not necessarily working for things.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is no pressure. It's supposed to be fun. So I learned little by little, I'm learning how to just have fun and kind of like catch the things. Like there's I learn a certain way. So like I go, oh, that's how that is. Like,
well, there's also, you're using muscles that you normally don't use.
Yeah.
Either.
And it's actually fixing some of my ailments in my back and my knees and stuff like that. Cause I'm moving different ways. It's not linear, what I'm used to going at the gym or even yoga.
My mom's a professional ballerina. So I grew up, dancing. And one of the things when I stopped dancing and I started lifting weights, she said, you're gonna mess up your dance body because now your muscles are gonna be all tensed up, and so it's gonna be less flexible. And now I'm dancing again, and it's like, oh yeah.
But there are some things like and your mom's probably gonna hate me but training your body to be in a plie, right? Like for your feet to be out like that also closes off your sacrum and your hips, right? So and that also affects your back. Right. So learning how to do like even a yoga where you turn your toes in and kind of open up that sacrum and your lower back, how it's different. Like if there's my buddy's kid who's a dancer. I had him do a forward fold with his feet in plie, right? Or first position or whatever it is. And to touch his toes, and he was able to touch his toes. And put your feet parallel, and he only got down like past his knees, and I put your knees in. It's like he couldn't get past. So there's, while that, there's the argument to be had is like to strengthen your body to be able to do things in all different ways. Like a lot of dancers' bodies and backs and hips are kind of fucked because of all the stuff that they did when they were younger. Like a lot of outward movement, training your body to do that, which is it's fine, but as long as you learn how to do the balance of certain things.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you. You taught me something new. I love learning something new. I didn't know that.
Nerd. I'm a nerd.
You're a little nerd. You are. I love that. Okay, well, we're almost at the end of our episode, and we're about to say adios to 2024. What is the one big thing that 2024 taught you?
I don't know if it taught me that, but it's and I always knew it, but I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but no one owes you anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one owes you anything. And have zero expectations about anything. Like these are things I always know, but it's kind of a reinforcement. Like I was hoping after Flamin Hot came out that there would be kind of like this influx of like hey, read my script. Like there was a few, but there wasn't like,
which is ridiculous.
A lot, right? And I'm going, huh? And I go, I have to be on the same grind that I was before, right? And I'm still auditioning for things. And I've had a couple of friends that are execs, and I go, you auditioned for what? I go,
do you find that odd?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. But at the same time, it's kind of how my career has gone. I always kind of feel like, yeah, we love Jesse. We love Jesse. We just don't know what to do with him. And I go, well, it's kind of the conundrum that kind of always kind of followed me throughout my career. Is like, well, I mean, I've done everything.
Yeah.
And I'm writing and directing, doing my own stuff now, and I don't pay attention to it. Again, I'm at peace with it. You know, it's going to be what it's going to be in my careers, you know, going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work at the things that I want to do, because I want my own Born Identity-like franchise.
Sure. Absolutely.
Right?
Oh my God, you would kill it.
I would have so much fun with it.
Yes.
And kind of like, I'm working on a really cool project with my buddies right now that's like a very big world, lots of action. Me and a protege. It's kind of like fantasy. It's like John Wick meets The Kingsman meets Kung Fu Hustle.
Hell yeah.
Which is,
hell yeah.
And it's going to be awesome. Like I just had a meeting with them yesterday, and we're kind of coming up with our another sizzle reel to show the action and stuff that we want to do, and kind of add the quirky, funny stuff that I like to do. I like to add humor into just about every project that I do, because there's funny in everything.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not tripping. I'm at peace, even though I feel like I see some people getting jobs, or like I'm looking around, like I'm not envious. But I'm going like, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to find not encouraging words, but words of admiration for how you're keeping, you're just keeping your cool. Because I think I'd be the same way.
Here's a story. Let's see if I can.
Maybe it's like a survival skill that us Latinos have already in our DNA.
Yes, but we also, we need. Maybe this will. So I did a show called From Dusk Till Dawn, right, with Robert Rodriguez, and it's a vampire show, 3 seasons. I was one of the few leads on the show, and it was, and I thought after the show was over, like, being on a Robert Rodriguez show is a big director, and it wasn't a massive runaway hit, but it was a good show. It was a cool show, and it was a lot of fun, and fans liked it. It was a Netflix show as well, and I go, I should, in theory, be able to maybe jump on another show. Like I'm kind of like proven as, a series regular that I can.
That you can do it.
I can handle the work and I can do something interesting. But it wasn't happening. Like I wasn't even getting very many auditions, and I felt like, well, people didn't even want to see me. Like, what the fuck? What's going? This is so weird. What's going on? And I would turn in great tapes, and my tapes are generally pretty good. And like even the production value, like I know how to color correct and make it look good, and kind of like light it right, and sometimes even kind of sort of make short films out of it, so that just because for me the first audition's mine. Yeah. Right? It's for me.
Yes.
It's like I'm not trying to, like, even the character breakdowns, I'll read it and I go, I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah.
And because I feel like they either like you or they don't. They're gonna make a decision based on
seconds usually.
In seconds, right? They're gonna look at it, and the first 5 to 10 seconds they go, no, that's not it. He doesn't look right, or I don't like his face, or his hair looks weird, and I don't like that shirt, or like, oh wow, it's what he's doing, fucking great. Right? I like the way he's doing this. And let's see what happens. So the first one's for me, and my tapes were great, and I was like, well, the feedback I'm getting good. No, he's great tapes. Like everyone likes what he's doing. I'm like, what the fuck was going on? So like for 2 years after I did that show, I really wasn't booking. I did a small guest star on The Last Ship, and I might have worked like a day or two on a friend's film or something, like, but nothing that was moving the needle. And I would talk to friends about it, and I was really in my head and kind of like depressed about it. I'm going, fuck, did I peak? Is that it? Am I done? Am I cursed? And you talk to your friends as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you have a voice inside of your head that's gonna be either your worst enemy or best advisor. And so it was one day I was in Atlanta, Austin, and I was working in the yard, and I go, okay. Started to have a conversation with myself, and I go, what's going on? And I go, okay, I'm not working. I'm really in my head about it, depressed about it, kind of angry at the industry and this and that, and I go, okay, what's the problem? It's like, I'm not working. I go, what are my solutions? I could quit. I could stop. And I go, okay, if I stop, then what do I do? I can build houses. I can find shit on the internet to figure out how to make money, which I'm still gonna do. I can do all these other things. I'm like, yeah, but would it creatively fulfill me? Not the same way. Yeah. Not in the same way. I do get validation for myself when I build something and go, oh, it's tangible. I built that, Well, boy. But it's not the same. And I go, okay, what else can I do then? I go, I could direct, which I'm going to. But I go, even coming off of a show, and I check a lot of boxes, I go, unless I've directed a feature, which takes time, I'd be starting over. In a sense, right? Yeah. Just because people kind of generally in the industry know who I am, doesn't mean they're going to hand me a TV show or a movie or even a short film to do. I go, okay, that's not the right path. And I started thinking, it's like, what was I like? What was I like when I was 21 years old when I decided I'm going to start acting? What was my mentality like? Yeah. Like what, the green version. You meet green actors all the time and they're super excited. Like, what was I like back then? I go, I was just very excited. Like, this is something new. And I go, when I first started to go, I'm going to go to Atlanta. I'm going to probably meet famous people and maybe go to parties and, hang out and, work and do cool things. Maybe be able to help other people, which brings me a lot of joy. And I go, okay, that's the green aspect, the kind of like the excitement of a young actor. Like, I'm missing that. I go, I will never probably get that fully back. But there's a version of that I can, like the 2018 version of that. There's a version there that I can get of that. Yeah. I go, how do I get there? It's like, who are the people that I admired coming up, right? And a lot of these people are now my friends, right? My friends and peers, like Wilmer Valderrama, right? Nicholas Gonzalez, Isa Morales, Edward James Olmos, and a lot of other people too, and I go, okay, so for the 21-year-old version of me, just starting, because I was excited to meet those guys, right? Like, when I first met them, I'm like, these guys are working actors, and they're fucking cool on top of it. So now they're my friends, they're like my brothers and sisters. And I go, if I were to meet the 21-year-old version of me, were to meet the 2018 version of me, would the 21-year-old version of me be excited and stoked and maybe a little starstruck to meet that guy? Oh, right? Jesse. And then to have a conversation with him, not knowing, because there's a lot of things going on in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits, that you don't know what someone's going through. Even though the successes that I've had, like I went from Walkout, Quinceañera, Avengers, From Dusk Till Dawn, handful of other things up until that point. I go, would the 21-year-old version of me have the conversation with the 2018 version of me and go like, dude, what you're doing matters. I'm so fucking proud of you. Like, keep going. Yeah. We believe in you. I go, would the 21-year-old version say that? And I sat there and I go, fuck yeah. I'd be so stoked to meet the guy who got to work with Robert Rodriguez, who is one of my filmmaking heroes, right? I'd be so, what was he like? Like, tell me about what, like, you work out, like, what are you doing? Like, tell be kind of like stoked, right? To meet this guy. And I go, okay. I'd be so fucking excited and proud of that guy. What's next? And I go, okay, so the things that I think I'm doing, that I'm doing right, how do I do better? Started coaching, getting past my ego of thinking the things that I'm doing are right. What's are right? but I could always be doing better, right? Continue to write, continue to do these things. And I go, okay. Like there's no going back. I'm in it.
Yeah.
Like the self-doubt is done. Be fucking proud of yourself. Ride your own coattails and keep moving. And that's what I did. And the weight lifted off and I started having more fun with my auditions and started not beating myself up, right? It's going to be what's going to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't at peace.
Yeah.
During that period of time.
Oof.
And from then on, and I started working, and I was starting to run out of money. And I'm like, fuck, I might have to sell my house. And this is pre-pandemic. I said, I might have to sell my house. Which is why I bought the house in case I ever got in trouble.
Yeah.
I would be okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't have to sell my house. And then I went in for an audition for Narcos. And at the end of it, I go, oh, fuck, I bombed it. Like, I kind of like cascaded into I didn't get it. And then I booked it. Then I booked ended up giving me 10 episodes on that season. And then while I was there, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was in Mexico, which was 8 months in Mexico shooting the show, and I had the best time. Like I have lots of new friends in Mexico and we're all super close. We still text and chat all the time. But I got this audition for this Marvel show called Ghost Rider. I sent in this tape and it was like a Spanish and English version of the show that Hulu was going to do. And I sent it in and it's another tape. Sent it in and kind of forget about it. I get an email back and they go, she fucking loves you. Like she thinks you're great. Like where the fuck have you been? Like where's this guy been? Right?
Wow.
And I went in and I met with the casting director, who's a dear friend of mine now, and she goes, "We just wanted to meet you. Like we're not even going to read you today. We just want to hang out, get to know you a little bit.
Oh my god!
Make sure you're real. You know what I mean? Make sure this is it's one of those cool meetings and cool auditions." And I tested for it and was had to test for it twice because of internal conflict with the show. But I ended up booking it, and I end up booking the show. Get a call from the producers, and they go, from all three of them, they go, "At Marvel, we love telling actors this," and these three words. And we go, and they said, I go, "What is it?" And they go, "Welcome to Marvel." Welcome to Marvel. I'm like, shit. I go, "This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun." So at the end of that, I told my manager, I'm like, I'm booking out for the next 3 months. Like, there's nothing, I can't really do anything anyway. So I'm gonna go see my mom for a couple weeks. I'm gonna go to Atlanta, Austin, and I'm gonna train. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna ground, and I'm gonna be ready for the show. And I had a couple conversations about fittings, this and that. And about, I think, 2 weeks, week and a half before we were supposed to start shooting, I was about ready to go back to LA. But the last bit of fitting, and I was gonna go do my fitting. I get a call from one of the producer's office, and they go, "Hey, we got this producer on the phone. Wants to have a conversation with you." I go, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "As much as we like saying welcome to Marvel, Hulu pulled the plug this morning on the show." Oh. And I go, "Oh, okay. Well, what's the next move?" "We don't know." But this was back when Disney had just acquired Hulu, right? So they were redefining all the stuff that they're doing, and they were pulling all the Hulu stuff or all the Marvel stuff to Disney Plus. And it was Gabriel Luna's show, right? So I would have been Gabriel Luna and me as partners for this whole show. And I go, all right, well, and it was a little after they finally released me, and I was a little in my head about it for about a month, and then I go, all right, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. So it's fun. There's wins.
Yeah.
There's wins.
I mean, there's things that are out of our control anyway. Yeah. So in a situation like that, it's I did everything. You did everything you could do. Yeah. Everything else was
all
out
these
of
things
your
are
hands.
Chapters in your book.
And you never know. I mean, actually, that might have been, that maybe there's something bigger in the Marvel universe 100%. Or something like that kind of would have gotten in the way of, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm like,
and those people don't forget.
They don't.
Again, I'm at peace, it was, you lick your wounds and you keep going and you do good work.
Dude, we got to have you back, man. There's so much more I want to learn about you, especially past life regression, all that kind of stuff, man. Like that. I'm gonna jump on the couch on the next one.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
Jesse, I loved, I'm not kidding. When I was watching Flamin Hot, the movie ended, and the first thought that went through my head was, this is the movie I needed when I was 14. So like Eva cured that teenager that was just hungry for seeing yourself on the screen. So thank you so much for that. Thank you also to Annie and then Eva Longoria for putting the story. I love when I tell people like, you haven't seen Flamin Hot? Hello? And they're like, no, what is that? And I was like, are you kidding me? No, there's a whole and then their eyes are like, I didn't even know.
What's funny when I meet people and they always do this, and I go, they either recognize me for someone or they think I'm like someone I went to high school with. Like, and I don't ever go like, oh, I'm an actor. I'm let them either figure out, because either they could have seen me at the gym, you know what I mean? It could have been anything but being an actor, and I don't want to feel like an asshole. But it's funny to go, oh, you're the guy?
Oh, you're the guy. Yeah, I saw it.
No, for real? You're the guy? I go, yeah, I had a wig on.
And then watching J-Lo kick your ass, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was so good.
She punched me in the face on that one, for real one. Yeah.
So you can say J-Lo punched me.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people
No,
can
it was
say
funny.
That. Oh, it's awesome.
She barely got me. She's at the end. She goes, "Oh my God!" I told you were gonna fucking hit me.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Where can we find you? Your socials. You're not much on social media though, right?
I am not really. I mean, I am on there, but Jesse Garcia.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh my gosh! Well, thank you again. Reminding our listeners for Magic Mind, get 20% off using the link in the description.
It's really good.
I just think you gotta say these things. And a shout out to the after party, both VIP and backstage passes. Thank you again. Anything else you want to tell our listeners?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Watch Flamin Hot. Thank you, Jesse, for being here. Oh my gosh.